Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing this fabulous Saturday morning? Let me get my TikTokers up. Hold on, let me get my TikTokers on here. Let me get my TikTokers on here. Hold on. How's everyone doing? Bible and business. Bam. So, before I get into my morning devotional, this Sunday, tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I am doing a free masterclass as to how to structure, fund your business, market your business, protect your assets. So if you want to come to my free masterclass and you're on my Instagram page, you want to comment bank in the comments to get the Zoom link. If you're on my TikTok or YouTube page, you want to click that link in my bio and click on the link for the free See the Bank Masterclass. I am also having a business challenge, a 5-day business challenge, January 6th to the 10th, going over business structure, asset protection, what contracts you need, how to get into commercial real estate, how to buy income producing properties, how to get into residential real estate, flipping homes, how to fix your own credit, how to get funding, the whole shebang. So if you're ready for a 5-day business challenge, girl, the free masterclass is cool, but let me get the real stuff. You want to comment challenge. If you're on my Instagram page, TikTok, and YouTube, you want to click that first link in my bio. So if you are able to think of 10 things that God has already blessed you with, so if God does nothing else for you today, you are good because God has already blessed you with these 10 things. Type in the comments, I got my 10. Type in the comments, I got my 10. Yeah, I got me a new little devotional book. My other one she was rapturous. Here's my new Jesus Calling. Ain't she cute? The other one was, coming apart. The first one, me and her been through some things. We done been through some things. So I got me a new devotional book. So today's devotion reads, I am your refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, you don't need to be afraid of anything, not even my, come on, vocabulary, cataclysmic circumstances. Hold on, they got a word that the 3rd grade spelling bee champ doesn't even know. Hold on, what is this word? Let's look, so I can just, hold on, a violent or natural event. Okay. Therefore, you don't need to be afraid of anything, not even a violent or natural circumstance. The media are increasingly devoted to fear-inducing subject matter, terrorism, serial killers, environmental catastrophes. If you focus on such dangers and forget that I am your refuge in all your circumstances, you will become increasingly fearful. Every day I manifest my grace in countless places and situations, but the media take no notice. I shower not only blessings, but also outright miracles on your planet. As you grow closer to me, I open your eyes to see more and more of my presence all around you. Things that most people hardly notice, like shifting shades of sunlight, fill you with heart-bursting joy. You have eyes that see and ears that hear, so proclaim my abiding presence in the world. Okay, so let's get into this. I am your refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, you don't need to be afraid of anything, not even catastrophic circumstances. So, life is always going to life, right? Nothing is going to be perfect. Things will go wrong. But when you understand that God is with you, when you understand that no matter what it is that you're going through, Jesus is with you, that should kind of give you some calm in the storm, right? I don't understand what's going on. I don't know why I lost this job. I don't know why my child is sick. I don't know why, blah, 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 whatever it is. As long as you understand that God is always with us, we're not going through this alone. So sometimes we have a misbelief that if something's going wrong, then that means that either one, we're alone, that we did something wrong, that something's out of whack. Things happen to us for a variety of reasons, right? But we have to understand that when we're going through something, God knows that we're going through this. So instead of focusing on what's wrong, instead of praying for whatever is wrong to end, what I've learned to do, and I'll get into that, is asking God to help you get through the storm, right? See, a lot of times, if I'm in a storm, I want the storm to go away. Like, God, stop the raindrops, right? So I'm in a storm. Maybe I worked at Party City and I got one of them phone calls last Friday, like, girl, let me come on in. Your job is over with. We're closing down. Okay, God, how do I find a job tomorrow? Right? So I'm looking for, in my mind, what's going to answer my storm is me getting a job tomorrow, when God's answer may be different. He's going to get us through the storm, but there may be a reason why we're going through the storm. Well, why would I go through a storm? Because storms, although we don't like them, although a lot of times they're going to bring negative things to our life, or things that we think are negative, a lot of times a storm builds us strength. A lot of times a storm builds character. A lot of times God uses the storm to take things out of our life, right? We may be holding on to something that is not for us. We may be holding on to something that's actually harming us. We may be holding on to something that we have outgrown. If anyone on here has kids, have you ever had a child who has a favorite pair of shorts or pants or a sweatshirt or shoes, and they have outgrown it, but they are still trying to, put that shirt, shoe, pant on. And you're like, girl, that is too small. My son he likes this little basketball team. And he has we got some basketball shorts for them, but maybe he had been outgrown them shorts, and he's still trying to wear these little shorts. I'm like, dudes, these little shorts are hugging on your little nuts. You have to get rid of these shorts. You've outgrown these shorts, right? In life, sometimes situations we've outgrown. Sometimes the door has closed on that opportunity, on that season, but because we're so used to it, we are holding on to it, and God's like, I am ripping this away from you for a reason. The hard part is when God rips things away from us, it's kind of like taking that Band-Aid off. If you have a Band-Aid that's stuck on you, there's no way to just peel it off, because if that Band-Aid, the one that, all that glue is on your arm, even if you peel it softly, sometimes peeling it softly hurts more. So the only way to get it off is you got to just snatch it off, right? So when God snatches something out of our life, when God causes the calamity to happen, when we lost our job, when we had to close our business, when we got the divorce, when the person left us, when someone just died, when we lost our car, when we didn't get approved for the mortgage, we don't understand why this is happening. So when he's saying that I am your refuge, I am your strength, I am ever-present help in trouble, what you need to program your mind to, and it's not going to happen just now. So we have to divert our thinking, divert our way into focusing on this is, okay, God, if this is happening, show me why. Show me what am I supposed to be learning in this situation. Why did I just lose my job today? Why? Show me why. What am I supposed to do next? Order my steps, because God is trying to direct you. God brings a storm to direct you somewhere else. He is like rediverting your path. Okay? It's like that GPS. We are rerouting you because you done took a wrong a wrong turn. But as long as you keep in mind that he is your refuge, he is your strength, you got to know, although I don't know what's happening, I don't understand what's happening, I don't like what's happening, I'm just going to follow God and have him direct my path as to why I'm having to go through this. The media are increasingly devoted to fear-inducing subject matter, terrorism and serial killers, environmental catastrophes. If you focus on such dangers and forget that I am your refuge in all circumstances, you will become increasingly fearful. If we are focused on the media, we're going to have, all these businesses are closing down. We have a new administration, whatever is your take on that. We have the environment. It's all these things, if you just turn on the news, it's just like, golly, are we in America or are we somewhere else? And Satan wants us to focus on everything that's wrong. But it says right here, if you focus on the dangers and you forget that I am your refuge in all circumstances, you will become increasingly fearful. We should not be fearful. We should not be filled with anxiety. We should not be nervous, because we have to understand that God is with us through everything, right? If we happen to go through a recession, that's fine, because God is with me. Now, I'm not saying that we can just, sit on the couch and eat bonbons and, just not be proactive, but God is going to show you what you need to be doing, right? For example, all these corporations, Walgreens, CVS, Kids Foot Locker, JCPenney's, Sears, Party City, Family Dollar, who else is on the news? All these companies are closing, right? But the good thing is, it's all on the news. So if I have a 9-to-5 job and I'm seeing all these things, that's God showing us, hey, here's the writing on the wall. Go ahead and get you a plan B. Everyone who has a 9-to-5 job should have some kind of side job or be selling a digital product. That's why I'm doing a free masterclass this Sunday, 9 p.m., teaching you how to start, grow a business, and do a digital product. Comment bank in the comments if you're on my Instagram page. DM me bank on YouTube or TikTok. But he's giving us the signs on the wall. Go ahead and get you a plan. We don't have to be nervous or anxious, but we do have to do some work and take heed. Okay. Every day I manifest my grace in countless places and situations, but the media takes no notice. I shower not only blessings, but also outright miracles on your planet. Every single day, God is doing something for you. Every single day, God is doing something for you. It's up to you am I going to look and focus on what I have good or what I still don't have? Am I focusing on what God's blessing me with, or am I focused on what I still don't have? Like, my mother sees me on live. So that's why every morning, and when I start my Bible and business, I say, who can write down 10 things that they're grateful for that God has already done for you, right? I always keep my mind focused on how has God blessed me. The devil wants you to always focus on lack, focus on what you don't have. What blessing have you been asking for that God hasn't done for you yet, right? And when we focus on what we don't have, we forget what we do have. So I'm dead. My mother does the most. Hold on, y'all. My mother does the roast. So what we need to do is always make sure. Can I face on her? I mean, right in the middle of Bible and business. Hold on, y'all. She lost. She's My mother's just special. She's just special. Okay, anyway. So we have to program our mind to always be thinking of let me say it differently. If God took something away from you, he's saying that you don't need it or you don't need it in that moment. If God is taking something away from you, he's telling you, you don't need this, but I am going to give you whatever it is that you do need. I'm going to give you everything it is that you need. See, we think we need certain things. And God is saying, baby, I have something else for you. So whenever I go through a storm, if you follow me, you know, I'm divorcing a sociopath, right? I'm divorcing a sociopath. We're going on year 3, and he's taking everything from me, tried to kill me, and I could sit in my situation. Oh my gosh, how could my husband of 10, 11 years try to kill me? Oh my gosh, how could my husband of 10, 11 years when I met him when he had nothing, you know, just take all the money out of our accounts and steal our, the devil wants you to focus on what you don't have, on the mess, right? But did God wake you up today? Is God providing for you some kind of way? Is God, I always focus on what I do have. Whatever is lost, right? Whatever is gone is gone. Satan wants you to focus on what's gone. If I focus on the negative, I'm just sitting in that mess. I'm sitting in that negativity. I'm not growing. I'm not going to another level. I'm stuck. And I'm sitting and I'm focused and I'm talking about it. And girl, can you believe? And he did this and he did that and he ain't no good. And I'm just sitting in all of that. Ugh. Ain't nothing growing. You can't create anything new. You can't start a new hobby. You can't focus on new experiences. You can't do nothing new because you're in that umph. And Satan wants you to stay in the umph. Girl, you ain't even seen how God woke you up, blessing. God gave you food, blessing. You not in the hospital, blessing. You got your mind, blessing. You haven't gone to an insane asylum, blessing. You got food on the table, blessing. You got a roof over your head. It's so many blessings, but I'm mad because this job fired me. I'm mad because I couldn't get that loan for the house. I'm never going to be a homeowner. Satan will have you on a rabbit hole on that one thing that God closed the door on, and you can't see everything else. But the gag is, if God closed the door, he closed the door for a reason. And the reason is never to take anything away from you without replacing it with something bigger and better. The hard part is God never does an even exchange. I'm not going to take something away from you Saturday morning and replace it with something bigger and better Saturday morning. It's never going to be an even exchange. God's always going to replace it with something bigger, but it's not going to happen at the same time. So we have to program our minds in situations to always focus on the positive, right? So find out my husband is sleeping with employees. Wow, this is where we're going? Bet. Move on. Now you try to kill me. Okay. Pack up, move states. Now you take all the money out of our account. Now you lock me out of all of our businesses. This ain't making no sense, Jesus. Now, I will be lying to y'all if I said I have been skipping and, oh my gosh, God is so good. I'm not saying that and none of these things that I was like, God, okay? I will be lying to y'all if I said everything is perfect, right? But I'm using my story as an example because some people are like, well, girl, you ain't been through something, baby. You have no idea. You have no idea, right? But if I get on that negative vibe, if I focus on he took the money and he did, baby, that's not paying any of my bills. That's not growing me. I'm not getting to the next level of focusing on that, right? So God, I don't know what you got going on. I don't get this at all. But you know what? I don't focus on what I do, what I can focus on. What I do know is these bills are about to be due. And me and my son can't be homeless. And I'm not going back to my mama's house, right? So I'm going to have to make something shake. I turned my phone on. I didn't have no money because he took all the money. And I started talking my business. Hey, y'all. Social media will tell you buy the course and be a millionaire overnight. Let me tell you why that's not wrong. Let me tell you how all the problems it is in running a business. Let me tell you, and I just started talking about what I did know and said, hey, I'm gonna just try to, if I can just get my rent money from selling, like doing consultations, selling a digital product online, I'm just trying to get rent money. Like that's where I am. I'm leaving a house where I'm working just $12,000 and I'm now trying to just hustle up some rent money. Okay. So number one, why am I having to hustle for money when I've built enterprises? Number two, how am I 40-something having to start all the way back over? I've busted my butt for decades to get myself at a certain point financially. And now having to start all the way over? That's Satan. Girl, if God says start over, start over. If God says start over, that doesn't mean it's going to take you the same amount of time to get you where you were, because God is a multiplier. God will take you from 0 to 100 like that. But it's all on how do you see your situation. So I'm like, okay, God, if you say hustle for rent, hey, I'm about to hustle for some rent. I'm about to start. Okay, I got to start all over. But I'm thinking I needed these businesses. I'm going to retire with this enterprise. I'm thinking this is what was going to take me to where and God was like, girl, you're not even about to have any. I'm about to build you something up new. So I need you to let all of this go. And I know you won't let it go. So I'm going to snatch it from you because I got to snatch that Band-Aid off because you won't do it yourself. That person had to walk out of your life because you would have never left them. The friend had to stab you in the back, in the front, because you would have never left them. That boo who wasn't your boo, they had to pack up and find someone new and leave you because you would have never left them. The mortgage didn't go through because you keep applying for the 4-bedroom house and God said, I have an 8-bedroom house. The job had to close down or lay or fight because you would have never left. And God kept saying, it's your time to now go be the CEO of, it's now time to go work your dreams. But you can't work your dreams because you got these 2 bills and you got this job and that's your comfort zone. And God keeps saying, I'm closing this door for a reason. I had everything go wrong to make you move to a new state because your blessing, your enterprise, your new job is going to pay you what you worth. Your spouse, you're going to have kids. It's in a whole nother state. But if we keep holding on and try to reopen closed doors, that's how you get stuck. And that's how the devil uses you to get stuck. And you focus on on what you had and how the person hurt you in life, and we're in this negative cycle. And God's sitting here like, hello, hello, I am Jesus. If you just close your eyes, you can think of three things as to how God got you through something before. This ain't your first roller coaster. This ain't your first bad news. This ain't your first situation. Now, if I got you out of the last three, how come I won't get you out of this one? If I done blessed you before, how come I won't bless you for this one? But see, Satan wants to clog your mind and have you focus on everything that's out of your control, that's out of your reach, that's negative, because he doesn't want you to see that God is setting you up for the alley-oop. As you grow closer to me, I open your eyes to see more and more of my presence all around you. Things that most people hardly notice, like shifting shades of sunlight, fill you with heart-bursting joy. You have eyes that see and ears that hear, so proclaim my abiding presence in the world. I'm going to say this first sentence again. As you grow closer to me, I open your eyes to see more and more of my presence all around you. For anyone who is going through a storm, like in that first part of the storm, right? Like where you got that Mike Tyson blow, right? A little Mayweather blow. I mean, he'll hit you, but you can kind of snap out. But that Mike Tyson blow, that heavyweight blow, you're going to be down for a second. Try and gather yourself, right? So for anyone who just got hit with that Mike Tyson life blow, the air is out of you. You are seeing stars. You're trying to wrap your mind over, how did I get here? Where do I go next? Stop trying to find your way out of the storm. Stop trying to fix the situation. If you have a Mike Tyson blow, it's out of your control. There's nothing you're going to be able to do to fix it. I'm going to say it again. If you got a Mike Tyson blow, okay, you got some news, you have a problem, you got a situation, and it has taken the wind out of you. It is out of your control. So stop trying to fix it. Stop trying to find the answer. You're not going to find the answer. But the good thing is with God, you don't have to find the answer. All we need to do is ask God for stamina. All you need is stamina. All we have to do is say, God, get me through today. If you have a Mike Tyson blow in your mind, you can't even see yourself getting through the day. And so we're only going to ask God to give us a daily blessing, because we can't even fathom getting through the month. And I'm only talking to those who've been through a real, like, baby, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this. You got to tell yourself, this isn't a sprint. It's going to be a marathon. So I need stamina. So I'm going to break down this problem by days. I am a big believer in daily breakdowns. Like when it comes to business, I always, in my courses that I teach, I always say, whatever is your income, you want to make $10,000. You want to make an extra $1,000 a month. Great. Break that down to a week. How much you got to make every week? To make an extra $1,000 a month, you got to make $250 a week. Bet. To make $250 a week, how much you got to make a day? I think it's like $80 a day. Let me see. $250 a week. Oh, $35 a day. So I got to make $35 every single day to make an extra $250 a week, to make an extra $1,000 a month. That's how I always teach in my business courses how to break everything down. For those who want to go to the free masterclass, comment bank in the comments on Instagram. Click my first link in my bio for my free class tomorrow at 9 p.m. going over business structure, asset protection, contracts, marketing, blah, blah, blah. So, God, get me through today. I just need the stamina to get through today. So when I was going through my divorce and I just had to pack up and leave because my husband tried to kill me after having affairs with employees, and then he took all the money out the account, and then now I'm locked out of our businesses. He's not trying to take care of, not trying to pay child support. It's just like, okay, God. Okay, God. I was filled with rage. I was filled with anger. It was like, when I met this person, he had nothing, right? I brought this person to the promised land. How dare he have the audacity? Cool, we ain't got to be together, but why are you taking the money, right? And I was full of anger and resentment. And so I would ask God, get me through the day with keeping a positive mindset, because I'm doing Bible and business, but I was like, I'm going to blow this down, right? I was real angry because it was like, I felt like someone was just robbing me of all of my hard work. And so I just said, get me through the day. I would listen to YouTube videos. In that season, I was a Keon Henderson #1 fan. He had messages for me all day, every day. I had to listen to sermons all day as I'm doing my work. And I would ask God, get me through lunchtime with not having a negative thought, with not trying to get on that plane and go do something ignorant. Just get me through lunchtime. And at lunchtime, I would say, okay, God, just get me through dinner time. Just keep myself positive. I'm trying to get out of, I want to get this resentment and this anger out of me, because I know if I'm angry, if I'm bitter, it's only hurting me. It's only hurting me. So I got to get through all of that, because I still have to perform for my son, right? I got to get rid of the, like, why am I having to start all the way over? Like, God, this is not fair. Like, why am I leaving a $12,000 a month mortgage? And, my home, is like my closet. Like, it's just, I ain't got no furniture. It's like, okay, God, like, I'm trying to get what's going on here. And then when I would get in that questioning and looking at my circumstance and that's that negative mindset. I'm worried about how come I don't have the same square footage. How come I don't have my closet? Girl, you got a roof over your head. Like, are you really complaining? Like, this man shot at you. The bullet didn't hit you. It didn't hit your face. He shot at you in front of your son. The bullet didn't and kill your son. Like, I got so much to be blessed for. I'm talking about I'm mad because my closet is full. See how the devil will get you? I don't worry about a closet, girl. I could be dead, or that bullet could hit my face and now I'm disfigured. More importantly, that bullet could have hit my son and could have killed him. So do I want to be glad that my son is healthy and he's here with me, or do I want to complain about I'm living a 12,000 square foot home and now in a 3,000 square foot home? What am I really complaining about? Thank you, God. Let me go ahead. Okay, God. God's already protect me. God. Okay, so if God woke me up, if God blocked the bullet from hitting me and my son, that means that God has more for me. He's just not giving it to me now. So now I have to wait. Bet. I'ma wait. I can wait and still be the same person that I am right now. Or I can wait and I can focus on what I do have control over. What can I grow? What can I do differently? You know what I'm saying? So as I was starting all the way over, I don't have the money when I first started to live the same lifestyle that I lived. I didn't have the same money to, afford all the things that my son was used to. So now I have to create a new normal. Well, let's go ahead and create a new normal. What's my new life going to be? What are my new activities? What are my new hobbies? What's my new life going to be? If God closed the business down, what's the new business going to be? If God fired you, what's the new opportunity that we're about to embark on? because I have control over the new. I don't have control over the old, but I can't forget that God is always with me. And once you start going through your storm, knowing that God is with you, the storm's still going to rain. It's still going to thunder. You're still going to go through your ups and downs. Just because God's with you doesn't mean he's going to just stop the storm, because it's in the storm that's changing something that he needs to be changed. But when you understand that God is with you, you no longer are filled with anxiety. You're no longer filled with depression. You're no longer worried. And God's going to help you redirect your thoughts onto something new. So yes, I'm having to start all the way over. Okay, well, let me go ahead and I got my son in sports. My son has neighborhood friends. I found different activities for us to do. We found new hobbies for us to do. I found new friends. I created a whole new life. I had a brand new business to start because I had to pay these bills. I had fun growing that business. And although it took me X amount of years to build what I had built prior to the divorce, post-divorce, God was on a whole different timetable. I was growing at speeds that aren't normal. I'm growing. I know business. I've been in business for 20 years. Auntie's old. I know how a business should grow. I know what that growth should look like. It was nothing but God. The growth was nothing but God. Only God can give you the increase, right? Only God can make you multiply. And it's up to God's timing as to when that's going to happen. So as I'm focused on what I can focus on, as I'm keeping a positive mindset, because God woke me up. That's why every day 10 things. And when you focus on what you do have control over, what God has already blessed you with, and you stay in that positive mindset, you're going to see all the blessings. The blessings have nothing to do with your storm. When you tie your storm to the blessing, that's when you have the problem. If I lost my job today and I'm looking for I'm looking for God to have me a new job, until I get that new job, I feel like God hasn't blessed me. But if I lost my job and then all of a sudden in the mail, I got a refund check for overpaying my light bill for the past 3 months, and I got an extra $400, and that was going to be some grocery money, God's blessing you, right? He took the job away, but maybe God's saying, I want to give you this season to go work on your business, right? God wants to bless you how he wants to bless you. So don't tie the blessing that the blessing has to be him stopping the storm. I'm still going through a divorce, 3 years, right? Sociopath, over 6 figures in attorney's fees. No one on that side is following any court orders. It's just like, court comes, we have a court date set, it gets reset. I'm buying plane tickets because it's me, my mom. It's 4 plane tickets. It's hotel. It's a whole lot of expenses, right? But in the storm, I still have peace. In the storm, I'm still prospering. In the storm, my son's still having a great life. In the storm, we're doing family trips, right? So I'm not tying my blessing to the storm. My storm is my divorce. Baby, whenever God decides to end this divorce, it's when it's going to end. Me focusing it is going to make it go any sooner. But I'm loving life. I'm living life. I'm excelling as a person. I've healed from the trauma of that marriage. I'm trying so much to be, to stay in my positive era. My son is flourishing, It's a lot to go through as a child to see all that. But God keeps blessing me as I'm still in the storm. So, understanding that no matter what it is that you're going through, God is always with you. You may be going this for a reason. God may be trying to shake some things up, change some things. So have an open mind in your storm to say, hey, God, wherever is my step, wherever you are trying to direct my path, I'm open. Don't tie your blessing to the storm, because whatever you lost in the storm, whatever you're going through with the storm, whatever door God is closing in the storm, your answer may not be stopping the storm. Your answer may be something else that has nothing to do with the storm, and God can bless you while you are still in the storm. Satan wants you to focus on the storm. I need this divorce to be over. I need this divorce to be over. I need to find this job. I got to get this mortgage. I got to find me a boo. And we're tying everything to that one thing, when God's saying, if it's not God's timing, you don't want anything that's not in God's timing, because it's not going to be blessed. It's not going to be blessed. You're not going to be happy in it. It's not going to be what it is that you want. You have it. I got that job, but you're miserable at your job. You're not being paid what you're supposed to be paid. You're not being promoted how you should be promoted, because you went and took a job that God didn't tell you to take. I got a boo. At least I know what you got. Or maybe, what do you have? What you got? Are you still crying at night? You still telling the same person what you want? So do you really have anything? And God said, "Oh, I'm trying to take him. You keep holding on. Bet I'm just dragging out your life." So, whatever storm you're going through, God is with you. Focus on the positive. Focus on what He's already blessed you with. What's going to give you strength is go back. How has God already blessed you? Or what has God already blocked? We've all done some things. We've all done something like, girl, I should have had, God blocked a lot of things. So when you focus on all that God's already done for you, that's just proof that whatever is this situation, He will also bless you in this. We just have to wait. So ask for God to give you that stamina to go through your storm, but focus on how He's blessing you despite being in the storm. So that was Jesus Calling, my new little Jesus Calling devotional book, December 28th. It's my favorite devotional book. I will, if y'all just tune in like, girl, where were you going? Where are you coming from? I will post this live on my Instagram page. TikTokers, I don't know how to post lives on TikTok. So if you're a TikToker and you're also on Instagram, I would say click that first link in my bio and just follow me on Instagram too. But I'll post this Bible and Business on my Instagram page. I am trying to get everyone ready to get their business to the bank, right? Businesses are closing. Tariffs are coming. The next 4 years is going to be green, right? Everything's going to be business related. So you want to make sure that if you are working a 9-to-5 job and your job told you tomorrow, hey, it's your last day, are you financially prepared? Do you have something else that could at least cover the mortgage and give you some time, some breathing room until you can find you a new game plan? If you already have a business, are you maximizing on your business? Is it making the most money it can make, or are you a little stagnant? Do you need help with your structure? Do you need help with protecting your assets? Do you need help with, getting some cash flow in by, knowing how to market to your target audience? Do you want to learn how to get business funding that is solely in your business EIN? So no more credit check, no more, you can just have the business stand on its own financially. If any of that is like, oh, I like that, and you're on my Instagram page, you want to comment bank to come to my free masterclass tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern time. If you're on my TikTok, YouTube, you want to click that first link in my bio. and you want to click the free See at the Bank Masterclass. Okay, so the free Masterclass bank is going to be tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. If you are just ready, like, girl, I'm ready. I just need to know the blueprint on what to do. I am having a 5-day business challenge, January 6th to the 10th, okay? Going over business structure, business funding, how to fix your personal credit, how to market to your ideal audience, how to make a digital product. That is what saved me and my son. I didn't have money to have a brick and mortar. I just told you on my live. My husband took everything, right? So I paid all of our bills and have continued to grow with selling digital products. So I'm teaching you how to sell a digital product. I'm also bringing some business besties on to teach you how to get into commercial real estate. How do we buy income producing properties with no money down? Because once I get your business to the bank, what you gonna do with all the money? You want to invest it or do something with it. I'm also bringing a business bestie on that's going to be talking about how do we get into residential real estate, how do we flip properties, and creative ways to fund these things, okay? So if you are ready for a 5-day business challenge, if you're ready to really get your business to the bank and you're on my Instagram page, you want to comment challenge. If you're on my TikTok or YouTube, you want to click that first link in my bio, and you want to let me make sure TikTok, I'm telling you to click the link in the bio. Let me make sure that my link for the challenge is in there. I am also bringing another business bestie on, bringing a CPA on, who's going to teach us, baby, what we need to do to get our business ready for tax season. Okay, how are we supposed to be keeping these records? What are going to be the tax deductions that are, for our industry? Do I have this challenge on here? As I'm telling TikTok to go to my challenge. TikTokers, I lied to you. Let me see. Oh, I don't have my challenge or my free class on here. I've been lying to TikTok. Here we go. Let me do this. Let me change this for my TikTokers. Okay, TikTokers, you want to go to seeyouatthebankchallenge.com or just DM me the word challenge, TikTokers. DM me the word challenge and I'll send you the link to join my challenge. That's what I'll do. Send me the link. DM me the word challenge and I'll send you the link challenge. I'm going to fix this right here so that y'all will be able to join by just clicking a link. But I'm bringing a CPA on who is going to be breaking down how do we keep these records, how do we prepare financial statements, P&L, balance sheet, what software which we're using, to keep our records of, are we making money? Are we losing money? How are we supposed to be, what tax deductions should we be working on? Besides tax deductions and paying taxes, there is something called tax planning. So how should we be planning for the increase? So if we've increased our profits, where do these profits need to be going so that we're not just paying a higher tax, we're actually using the money somewhere? Or if we had a loss, how do we structure that loss, right? So you can carry a loss over for 5 years. So we want to make sure that we file that loss to be able to use those things, right? So although I'm also a tax attorney, I'm bringing a CPA on because I like to get the best of the best in every industry. So all the information that's being given to my tribe, is going to be the best of the best, right? And then someone that can actually help you if you do need to implement whatever it is that they're advising you to do. So the challenge is going to be January 6th to the 10th. January 6th to the 10th, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. It will be recorded for those who have to miss or are coming late. You want to comment challenge on my Instagram page to get the link. You want to DM me challenge on TikTok or YouTube. I'm about to fix my landing page so that you will be able to buy a challenge ticket directly from me. You can go to the challenge website, seeyouatthebankchallenge.com. It's gonna be off the chain, okay? It's gonna be off the chain. If you're like, well, girl, I just met you. I just saw you on this page. I don't know who you are. I am having a free masterclass tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So you can kind of see all the heat I bring for free, okay? If you want that free class and you're on my TikTok, YouTube, DM me the word bank. If you're on my Instagram page, comment the word bank. You can come get the fire for free. And then, okay, I rock with you. Now I'm gonna get that challenge ticket. Whatever low way you want to go. Or if you're like, girl, I ain't got nothing, just go down my Instagram page. If you're on TikTok, I'm not as big on TikTok because I don't even know how to work TikTok, but you can go click that link TikTok to my Instagram page. And I have a lot of free information that will get you what you need, right? So whether you want free content, paid content, I'm gonna get you what you need. I'm gonna get you where you need to go a little faster on the paid challenge. But if you have the time, you want to go through my Instagram page, I can get you to the bank just by going through my page on my free content. Okay, so that was December 28th from Jesus Calling. Jesus Calling. Everyone have a phenomenal Saturday, and I will, of course, see you at the bank.